How did you get involved with the sex porn industry?
Even once in your life, you may have heard of the name Mia Khalifa. In fact, the entire world knows what she's known for. But let me ask you one thing. Do you know anything about her life? What you're about to hear is the story behind the face of Mia Khalifa.
Yes, and I think it kicks in mostly when I go out in public.
And why she is getting so much hate from the public. She was a sex worker who worked for the biggest adult site in the world, and up until now, the most known sex actress in the said industry. But beyond the personality she had created, what is it about sex work that people hate?
If, like, I'm making decent money per hour in my current job.
Sex workers are adults who engage in sexual acts or provide consensual sexual services in exchange for cash or goods.
Thing that I'd always wanted to do, so I messaged my ex-girlfriend. He got me a job at my local club accident.
They may not look like they're working, but believe me or not, they are.
New Zealand seems to be the only country that has got it right, and that's because they consulted sex workers, whereas any other country doesn't talk to sex workers. They just make plans and laws for them without discussing it with them or caring about what they say.
However, many people disagree with prostitution because they believe it to be unethical, or simply because they believe it to be cruel and victimizing women.
We are seen as just having fun or being forced to do it, or people like me who must be really greedy, therefore driven to commit such immoral acts.
Some academics contend that prostitution should be prohibited in a culture that respects the right of rights, because it frequently entails consensual conduct. Some people believe that sex workers are just beyond all reason, too morally corrupt, filthy, and always broke.
Did you know that the ATIP, also known as Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act of 2003, might be the only legal protection sex workers in the Philippines have? The ATIP statute classifies prostitution and other forms of exploitation that take advantage of a person's vulnerability for the purpose of exploitation as trafficking. Prostitution is mentioned in the Magna Carta of Women as an act of violence against women. There is also a prohibition on immoral ideologies, obscene publications and exhibitions, and indecent shows, which can be used to close entertainment venues and bring legal action against owners and sex workers.
And because prostitution is illegal in the Philippines, many challenges are being faced by sex workers. Cyberbullying, sexual harassment, and slut-shaming are being experienced by sex workers because of the perceived nature of their work.
The criminalization of sex work only worsens the crime being faced by the sex workers. Researchers at a public research institute in the Netherlands discovered that when major cities in that country opened people zones, or areas where street prostitutes could work legally, reports of rape and sexual abuse declined by as much as 30 to 40% in the first 2 years after the zones were opened. The Dutch researchers note that 95% of the interviewed prostitutes report feeling safer within the people zone. And as sex work advocates note, when legal venues for prostitution are closed, sex workers simply move from other areas of the city and both prostitution and crime became less manageable.
But why do they do all of this? The majority of sex workers opt to work in the industry because it is their only option to survive. Many sex workers experience poverty and have few alternative work options.
It's time to stop prejudice, cyberbullying, and slut-shaming because as we strive to have a tomorrow free from discrimination, the rights, values, and importance are always taken into consideration.
Now, after hearing all of this, how would you react when you hear of the name Mia Khalifa ever again?